Right, so here's something new and refreshing for this particular channel. We're going to do some gameplay, and this is going to be from the pickups I did last weekend, and just do a few little videos just to see how the games work and if they're any good or not, because this will be probably the first time I'll be playing them anyway. Tell a lie, I've played this one for about 10-15 minutes beforehand anyway. Excuse the eyes because I'm just trying to work out where I am in terms of the settings, so just bear with me a second, because otherwise this will turn off halfway through what I'm doing and I won't be able to see what I'm doing. There we go, lovely. So so this is it. We're going to play Micro Machines version 4, which I picked up last weekend for the grand sum of £1. Whether it's any good or not I don't know, you'll have to see. You can see we're already running this. This is on PlayStation 2, and this is actually running from the PlayStation 2 itself. No emulation being used here whatsoever. This is just simply a case of the game working as it should do. I'll just turn the volume down just a little bit, just so we can hear what I'm saying. Now this was brought out by Codemasters. I'm not sure how much of their original input they had into this game. I think it was probably done by somebody else and they sort of whacked their name on it. You've seen the box, which I'll just show you again. The one thing I didn't like about this, I don't like about the fact it does say explosive weapons action, which is something completely new. When I played Micro Machines, I played it originally. The reason I didn't like it was because it was, how's the word to describe it? I didn't quite understand the controls, couldn't quite get the idea of the sort of the top-down moving around, and the design course layouts were brilliantly designed. If you remember, they were sort of set around everyday objects or tables or bathrooms. You'd have a race across certain things. So we shall see how this one goes. Like I said, I played it briefly, and it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. But that's more due to the fact that the game itself is perhaps a little different. It's not classic Micro Machines. I create a new profile. Let's change it to RB. No, I don't. And there we go. So you can profile. There's all sorts. You've got like tournaments. You've got a practice option. You can actually do a track editor. Now, anything like that is really interesting to see. Just to give the idea of what you can do. A garage, I presume, which is going to hold any cars that you unlock. I know you can unlock cars. I've already played it briefly, and obviously there's an opportunity to increase your profile. And you can see I've already done this apparently. 25 vehicles unlocked, challenges unlocked. I don't remember that anyway. 3 difficulty levels. I'll just give you a quick taster on the easy one, and we'll start with the Learner Division, the Battle Cup, and this is Pool Parade. And this is a simple one-on-one battle. As you can see, the idea is it's again based around a pool table. Micro Machines being the very, very small cars which we had when we were kids and still going. I think they're still going today. I presume they're still going today. So let's go. Let's get rid of me, and then we'll go full. No, I'm going to stay with it. There we go. Okay. I'm not too intruding. Right. Whoa, so it's X button to start. You can use the analog control sticks to move around. And as you can see, it's slightly different. Those who play Micro Machines originally will notice a couple of things. First of all, there appear to be power-ups, which I don't remember from the original games. And secondly, more importantly, the angle moves as you drive around. Now the old one would have been a top-down view, and it would follow you around. Also, the same things apply if you go off the edge of the screen, or the other guy gets too far, cars get too far in front of you, then the game will sort of finish. The other person will get the point, and the idea is to outscore them. Sometimes it's just better to run around. I'm not sure whether the benefit of having the weapons is actually making any difference. it doesn't sort of add anything to me. It sort of makes it more generic and more like every other flipping over the top, behind the view sort of control your driving game it would be. I know this is the easiest level and it's quite easy to get round. As you can see, I just need one more on this track here to go through to the next one. But it is a bit, I mean, it's alright, it's fun, but I don't see any sort of long-term challenge, especially. It just doesn't feel like Micro Machine. It doesn't feel like the game that I used to hate. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I've got no idea. And as you can see, you unlock the vehicles as we go along. Yeah, so I can play that one. Let's do Dino Danger, shall we? Yeah, so first impressions, what is it like? Well, it'll pass the time quite nicely, no doubt about that. I mean, you could probably put a little bit of time into this, but it's something you can pick up quite quickly. The controls are very, very sort of simple. Again, as you go, you think, oh, it's going to be all sort of right turns and things like that. He's turning into the right, but as you go on, you find that the courses are slightly different. There are some slightly more challenging courses. In fact, the next level up I sort of really do struggle at. But again, just hurtling on as fast as you possibly can. You don't need the weapons, and that sort of defies. You could play something like Road Rash, for example. Road Rash, you need to be able to sort of like use. There we go. Use the weapons. Use the weapons to sort of knock the racers out, or hit them with chains and baseball bats and all sorts of bits and pieces. Here, I don't think having the weapon actually adds anything to it. Micro Machines was simply a straightforward racing game. There you go. I've got it done, and I'm going to get stuck off the screen. Whoa, there we go. Oh, there we go. Right in there. Edge. Now we're going to fall off again. There we go. Oh, we're making it interesting now, aren't we? We're making this very interesting. One of those instances where I think, if I recorded it the other night when I was actually playing it properly for the first time and concentrating on what I'm doing and not talking at the same time, I'd have had a better score. Possibly. I don't know. But again, it's quite easy to get so far in front and hurtle on from there. So what do you think? I mean, is this game any better than the Micro Machines? Did you play Micro Machines on the Mega Drive when it first came out? Did you play any of the variations on the PlayStation or things like that? Have you played this game before? Do you disagree and think this is actually not a bad game at all? Let me know, because it'd be interesting to see what you think. I mean, in terms of actually picking this game up, it is not a particularly cheap game to. There we go. I'm trying to talk and concentrate at the same time. It's not a particularly expensive game. I think if you did try and pick this up in something like CEX, you'd be paying probably between £2-3 for it. I managed to pick it up for £1, as I said, at the weekend. God, I'm not doing very well on this one. So, and again, it's not a rare game or anything like that. It's get that one back. I mean, graphically, it's a nice looking game. No doubt about that. It's sort of the car animations are a bit funny, but it's certainly probably one of the prettier looking Micro Machine games. If you remember the first one, which was a bit sort of oops, that's me playing with the weapons. If I didn't play with the weapons, I'd be doing this all the time. Try and concentrate on just doing that and making sure I get to the end of this level. And there are sort of further, when I did play it the other night, which I'm probably not going to get to during the course of this video, because I'm just going to do some other stuff as well to get uploaded. There we go, right to the end, one to go. when you move to the next level, you do sort of play against more than one race. So it's not straight. When I first played, I thought straight one-on-one race, and this is not what Micro Machines was anyway. But it's you actually do get next level up. You do get to race against sort of 3 different races at the same time, and there's 4 of you going around the track, which is far more enjoyable. There we go. Managed to claw that one back, didn't we? So finally, we win the race. So that is Micro Machines version 4. Not a bad little game, and yeah, you could probably get some time out of it. I would certainly recommend it if you do see it cheaply enough. You wouldn't want to pay any more than a couple of quid for it to the absolute maximum, and you'll get a little bit of use out of it. But long term, I think you would move on to something a bit better. And there's nothing better than sort of dragging out the original, because that is very much a classic. But you will find it plays completely different to this game. As I said, I did move on to a different level the other night, and rather than being turning that way all the time, you end up going that way all the time. With Micro Machines on the original, it was a top-down view, and it moved with the car as opposed to move with the track. It was slightly different. It's a bit more complicated way, and as far as I'm concerned, much more of a challenge. So, not a bad little game, I suppose. Give it a try, see what you think. Leave a comment, leave a message, ask any questions you like about it, leave some comments if you played it, if you don't like it, whatever, and it will be nice to see what people think. Anyway, that's all for now. Hope you've enjoyed that little taster of Micro Machines 4 at the PlayStation 2. That's all for here. Bye for now.